Welcome to our channel. Today we invite you on an inspiring journey, a journey that reminds us of the unwavering presence of God in our lives, especially in moments of uncertainty and challenge. Have you ever felt overwhelmed by your circumstances, as if the weight of the world rests upon your shoulders? If so, you're not alone. Life can often throw us into storms that leave us feeling adrift. But fear not, there's a beacon of hope awaiting you. In this video, we'll explore the powerful truth that focusing on God rather than our problems can transform our perspective and uplift our spirits. You'll discover how His love surrounds us even in our darkest hours, how prayer can be a refuge, and how embracing gratitude can lighten our burdens. Together, we'll delve into inspiring stories, biblical insights, and practical ways to cultivate a heart that trusts in God's plan, no matter the trials we face. So, if you're ready to reshape your focus and find solace in His love, grab a comfortable seat, take a deep breath, and let's embark on this profound journey together. Remember, He is always by your side, loving you more fiercely than you can imagine. Let's dive in. At times, life can feel overwhelmingly heavy, like carrying boulders up a steep hill. In those moments, it's easy to let negativity seep into our thoughts, to dwell on our problems instead of the divine love that is ever present. But here's the beautiful truth. God does not walk away in our struggles. He doesn't turn His back when we falter or face turmoil. Instead, He kneels down beside us, reminding us of His unending love and support. Picture Him watching over you, ready to lift those burdens off your shoulders. Just like a loving Father, He carries us through life's storms and whispers words of encouragement, urging us to keep our eyes on Him. God's love is often likened to an ocean, vast and profound, encompassing every corner of our existence. We may struggle to grasp the depths of this love, especially when we are engulfed in panic about our situations. However, it is vital to understand that this love is not contingent upon our circumstances. It remains constant, unwavering, enveloping us in its warmth regardless of how turbulent the waters may be. Think of your moments of doubt and despair as tiny ripples on the surface of this ocean. They may seem insurmountable, but with every ripple there lies a deep, unshakable foundation of love that holds us steady. When the world around us becomes overwhelming and the night seems unending, prayer is our refuge. It's in these sacred moments, when we pour out our hearts and lay our fears before God, that we begin to find clarity. Take a moment to close your eyes, breathe deeply, and imagine the weight of your worries slipping away as you surrender them in prayer. What if you allowed God's love to wash over those burdens? What if, instead of fixating on solutions to your problems, you focused on the incredible presence of your Creator, who knows everything you're going through? Prayer is not just a request list. It's a connection, a lifeline to His embracing love. The act of praising God, even in the face of adversity, is a profound declaration of faith. Imagine standing amidst the fiercest storm, your heart racing, yet lifting your voice in song. God inhabits the praises of His people, and in these moments we reclaim our focus. When we begin to sing His praises, we visit places of joy that can't be touched by earthly troubles. Let your focus shift from the cacophony of problems to the sweet melody of gratitude. Each note is a reminder that God is bigger than any challenge we face. You might be astonished at how the burdens feel lighter when they are overshadowed by the grandness of His love. It's a beautiful truth that God sees what lies beyond the horizon. Our limited human perspective often traps us in a cycle of despair, making our problems appear more daunting than they truly are. Like a bird soaring high in the sky, capturing the beauty of the landscape below, we too can shift our view. Trust that God is orchestrating our lives in ways we can't yet understand. He can turn what seems like chaos into a masterpiece of grace. When we place our focus on Him, our problems begin to dissolve into mere background noise, dwarfed by His incredible generosity and power at work in our lives. Letting go is one of the most challenging tasks. We cling to our problems, feeling they define us. But what if they are merely stepping stones leading us to God's arms? Embracing faith means surrendering control and trusting that God is diligently crafting our stories. Take a moment to visualize yourself standing on the edge of a ledge, looking into an abyss of uncertainty. Now, picture God standing beside you, extending His hand, inviting you to leap into the unknown. Know that each step of faith is met with His unwavering love and support. The leap can feel terrifying, but remember, He promises to catch you every single time. Look at the stories in the Bible, the way God transformed lives, turning ashes into beauty and despair into joy. Every character we meet faced their moments of doubt, fear, and overwhelming obstacles. Yet through their faith, they encountered miraculous redemption. Their stories remind us that God delights in weaving our challenges into beautiful tapestries of grace. Your story matters, and the struggles you encounter could serve as an inspiration to others. Focusing on God means choosing to see the redemptive narrative He's crafting in your life, one that could encourage hearts and lay down chains for others. Surrounding ourselves with a community of faith amplifies our ability to focus on God rather than our problems. There's a profound strength in shared prayers and collective praise. When one stumbles, others can uplift, encouraging a shift in focus back to God's promises. As believers, we are called to bear one another's burdens. Reflect on the support system you have, friends, family, and fellow believers who remind you of God's love. Let their faith inspire you to shift your gaze, transforming the view of your struggles into a greater picture of hope. In the storms of life, hope acts as an anchor for our souls. It steadies us when chaos reigns, reminding us that God is still on the throne. His love is the tether that binds us even when raging winds threaten to carry us away. Focus on the hope that comes from knowing He never leaves you or forsakes you. Let hope rise like the dawn, dispelling the darkness and illuminating your path. In every struggle, find a reason to hope and see God's hand guiding you, reminding you that brighter days lay ahead. As we journey through the valleys of our lives, the concept of grace often becomes a beacon, illuminating our darkest paths. Grace tells us that we are loved, cherished, and forgiven, no matter how deep our struggles. Imagine your burdens lifted, replaced with a sense of peace that goes beyond understanding. Acknowledge every fault and fear in the light of God's grace. He meets us there with open arms and a heart of compassion. When we shift our focus to His grace, we'll discover the power of redemption and healing, transforming our problems into testimonies of strength. Forgiveness is another profound aspect of focusing on God rather than our issues. When we hold onto grudges, resentments fester and cloud our view, trapping us further in despair. Clinging to past pain can overshadow the beauty of God's mercy and love. Every moment spent in resentment is a moment stolen from the freedom that forgiveness offers. When we learn to forgive, we align ourselves with God's Spirit, who forgives endlessly. Picture releasing those burdens as you lift your eyes towards the divine, allowing pure, refreshing love to fill the empty places in your heart. Every day can hold miracles, but focusing on our problems often blinds us to the extraordinary woven into the mundane. Have you considered that the simple act of waking up each morning is a gift from God? When we cultivate an attitude of gratitude, we begin to see His fingerprints everywhere, on the laughter of a friend, the warmth of the sun, and the beauty of nature. These moments remind us that God is present and working in our lives, weaving joy through our brokenness and creating beauty from our ashes. God's promise to never leave us is woven throughout Scripture, a reminder echoing through the ages. Fear not, for I am with you is more than just comforting words. It's a divine declaration. Each time we encounter fear, chaos, or loss, His assurance waits patiently to fill our hearts with peace. When we feel small or insignificant in the face of our problems, remember that God sees you. He calls you by name, each promise standing firm like a castle built on a rock. Focus on His consistent presence and you'll find strength that can conquer oceans of doubt. What if there's purpose hidden within our struggles? Every setback, every moment of anguish carries a seed of growth that can blossom into something beautiful. By focusing on God, we begin to perceive pain as part of our transformative journey. Trials teach us resilience, compassion, and understanding. When we anchor our hearts in faith, we find the courage to step into our purpose, using our experiences to uplift others. God can take our warmed hearts and give them purpose, our struggles shining like lanterns, guiding others through dark nights. When the world feels shaky and our problems loom large, we can stand firm on God's promises. They are not subject to change or revision, but are timeless and unwavering truths that define our faith. Each promise holds the power to fortify our weary spirits. His joy is our strength, peace surpasses all understanding, and His grace is sufficient. Embrace these divine assurances, allowing them to wash over you. When doubts arise, remember that God's word is an anchor, not just a suggestion. Clinging to these promises strengthens our resolve to focus on Him instead of life's uncertainties. Amidst the rush and clamor of life, God calls us to dwell in the present moment. Anxiety often crops up when we fret over the future or linger in the past. However, by focusing on God, we cultivate a spirit of peace that transcends our immediate problems, grounding us in the miracle of the now. Breathe deeply and be aware of your surroundings. Appreciate every tiny miracle occurring at this very moment. Connect with God and let His peace envelop you, flowing through your thoughts and soothing your soul like a gentle river. Faith is a remarkable force that has the power to shift our entire perspective. When life's challenges seem insurmountable, faith acts as a lens that helps us see beyond the immediate difficulties. It reminds us that each trial has a purpose, crafted by a loving God who sees the entirety of our life's tapestry. Through faith, we learn to trust that our struggles can lead to deeper, more meaningful experiences, drawing us nearer to Him. Each moment spent in prayer or meditation opens up pathways of understanding and strength. The more we lean into our faith, the more we uncover the richness of God's promise that our lives are being orchestrated for His glory. Throughout the Bible, we witness countless reminders of God's unwavering faithfulness. From Abraham to David, we see how God promised them greatness and purpose. Even when circumstances seemed contrary, these stories echo through generations, revealing a God who doesn't change with the shifting sand of our realities. His faithfulness is a solid foundation beneath our feet, a constant reminder that we are never alone. In moments of doubt, remember these accounts and find comfort in knowing that just as He was steadfast for them, He is steadfast for you. His love clings to you, unwavering in the most chaotic seasons of life. Imagine receiving an invitation beautifully crafted and gleaming with promise. God extends this invitation to each of us. An invitation to hope. Hope transforms our despair, beckoning us to lean into the future with anticipation and excitement. Instead of focusing on the shadows of worry or the weight of our burdens, we can choose hope, knowing that God can resurrect the brokenness in our lives. His capability to bring forth joy from sorrow is a gift that keeps us moving forward. In every moment of doubt, turn your gaze towards the horizon of possibilities He presents and allow hope to become your compass. Life's challenges test our trust, but they also provide opportunities to build it. Every trial can become a building block in our relationship with God. Reflect on past experiences where you have felt His presence. Those moments are treasures of assurance. Trust develops as we navigate the waves of uncertainty, witnessing how He sustains us through trials. With each challenge met through faith, we can add to our records of His faithfulness, creating a beautiful tapestry woven with threads of experience. Trust is like a muscle. It grows stronger when we lean into it, knowing that with God, we can face anything that comes our way. Pain, a common thread in the fabric of humanity, often feels isolating and heavy, yet God understands our pain more intimately than we realize. He is not distant or indifferent. Instead, He draws near to us in times of heartache, offering comfort like a warm embrace. Picture a loving parent holding their child who has just fallen. God envelops us in that same way. His compassion goes beyond earthly understanding, providing peace and solace to hearts tormented by anguish. You don't have to walk through your pain alone. His arms are always open, waiting for you to rest in His embrace. In a world that moves swiftly, embracing moments of stillness can feel countercultural. Yet it is precisely in these moments of quiet that we can truly hear God's voice. Silence allows us to shed the noise of our worries and focus on the whispers of hope and love that come from Him. Imagine basking in stillness, feeling Him draw near, speaking comfort into your spirit. It's in this sacred space where our hearts are reoriented, where we can hand over our anxieties and listen for His direction. Embracing stillness is a powerful way to refocus our hearts and minds, reaffirming our trust in His guidance. Gratitude can shift our focus in beautiful ways. By intentionally recognizing the blessings that surround us, we can cultivate a heart that learns not to dwell solely on our problems. Start small. Acknowledge the sun rising on a new day, a friend's message that brings a smile, or the taste of your favorite meal. Each act of gratitude can be a stepping stone towards a more profound appreciation of God's presence in our lives. When we cultivate a spirit of thankfulness, we realize that even in the midst of struggles, there are moments that reflect His goodness. Gratitude reframes our perspective, allowing love and joy to seep into our everyday existence. The Bible is filled with promises and truths that reinforce our focus on God rather than our problems. Every verse serves as a balm, speaking directly to our souls when we feel overwhelmed. Scriptures like Isaiah 41:10 remind us to fear not, for I am with you. These words are more than just text. They are alive, breathing hope into our weary hearts. As we immerse ourselves in God's Word, we begin to transform our minds and hearts, aligning them with His truth. Make it a practice to memorize verses that resonate with your struggles, creating a foundation of strength that can lift you in difficult moments. Isn't it comforting to know that every tear you've shed is collected by God? Each drop represents a moment of pain, a heartache that He intimately understands. In the midst of trials, it can be easy to feel like our grief goes unnoticed. But God sees every heartache, every struggle, and every moment of doubt. He doesn't waste our suffering. Instead, He uses it to mold us into the people He created us to be. When we focus on God's loving presence rather than our problems, we can trust that even our hardest moments are contributing to our growth. The pain may serve a purpose that will illuminate the path for others as well. What if you intentionally carved out moments in your day to refocus your energy back to God? These anchor moments can serve as sacred checkpoints, reminding you that you are not defined by your problems. Whether it's a morning prayer, an evening walk in nature, or journaling your thoughts, these moments act as reminder stones, guiding you back to faith. Each anchor moment invites God into your daily life, offering the comfort that He is right there beside you. By creating intentional pauses, you allow the truth of His love to wash over your problems, both reminding you of His omnipresence and guiding you through turbulent waters. When we share our struggles with others, we pave the way for communal growth and understanding. Community serves as a powerful platform for collective hope, where individuals can lean on each other in times of trial. God designed us for connection, and there is immense strength found in sharing our burdens with one another. Find ways to build relationships with others, whether through church groups, support circles, or even among friends and family. As we share our testimonies of how God has carried us through difficulties, we can ignite sparks of hope in each other. Together, we can focus on the God who sustains us, reminding one another that we are never alone in our journey. Remember, your journey is still being written. As the canvas of your life unfolds, it's filled with colors of struggles, victories, and everything in between. Just like a book with unexpected plot twists, your story is alive, breathing, and full of possibilities. With God as your co-author, the narrative becomes richer, and the moments of despair transform into testimonies of triumph. Focus on His love and the beauty that lies ahead. You are a work in progress, and each chapter turns, leading you closer to the masterpiece He envisions for your life. Keep your heart open to the twists and turns, knowing that every moment is an opportunity to refocus on His promises and revelations. In the grand tapestry of life, many threads remain woven in mystery, leaving us puzzled at times. Yet, even amidst the chaos, we can find peace in knowing that God holds a grander understanding than we do. He is the orchestrator of our lives, the divine artist painting with brushstrokes of grace. When we face situations that seem impossible, remember that His ways are higher than our ways. Trust the design of your life. It's so much more expansive than your present circumstances. Allow God to lift you above the clouds of confusion into a place of clarity and height, where His love can fill your heart to overflowing. As we wrap up this heartfelt journey together, remember this: your problems may feel colossal, but God's love transcends all barriers and offers a peace that surpasses understanding. Journaling, meditating, or simply sitting in silence can draw you closer to the heart of God. Let your fears and worries become offerings of faith as you lay them at His feet. In moments of doubt, recall the unwavering truth that He is always by your side, loving you more profoundly than you can imagine. Keep your eyes fixed on the divine, allowing every wave of challenge to remind you of the unyielding love that surrounds you, one that can light even the darkest paths. Focus on Him and not on your problems, and you will find a treasure that transforms every moment into a testament of faith.